Greetings, Earthlings. You might be thinking, am I seeing a UFO right now? An unidentifiable, failing object? You would be correct. Hi, I'm Jayla. You probably have no idea who I am, which is deeply upsetting, but also my own doing completely. I have to reckon with that. I mean, you know who I am. You subscribe to this channel, and I'm going to assume that no one who's not subscribed to this channel is watching this video because they would be randomly stumbling upon it. But hey, it's been a while. I don't want to dwell too much on the, how have you been? The hi, hello, how are yous? I'm simply here to tell you about the month-long readathon that I'll be co-hosting in the month of May with a bunch of amazing other bookish creators who kindly asked me to join them on this very fun space opera journey, essentially. This is a readathon called Galactic-Thon, and it is the brainchild of Christine and Mo from the Readathon Digest, Elizabeth from Museum Grack Reads, and Emily from mychaoticshelf over on Instagram, specifically for Emily. The other two are YouTubers. 3. Sorry, I'm doing that thing where I think Christine and Mo are the same person again. Sorry about that. Anyway, this readathon takes place from May 1st to May 31st, and it is a very fun little kind of choose your own adventure-ish situation where you can choose to be on one of 4 teams and you follow that team's path. I will very quickly run through the teams that we have here. We have Team Explorer, which is captained by Mo from the Readathon Digest, and her explorer / co-host is Nat from Nerdy Nat Reads. And then we have Team Alien, which is my team, and I'm being the navigator for it, but it's captained by the wonderful Emily, again from mychaoticshelf. We have Team AI, captained by Elizabeth, and then her navigator is going to be Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages. And finally, we have Team Pirate, which is captained by Christine, and her navigator is Lisa from romancereaderlisa, who you can find on Instagram. Each team has their own path and different prompts that you can complete to win points towards the readathon. And there's a wonderful, brilliant Google Doc that has all the answers to your questions about what prompts there are, what the characteristics and traits of the teams are, and how to get extra points for your team. So I'm not going to go into all of that in this one because that's going to be a lot, and hey, I'm rusty here. Also, I just realized, if you thought I wasn't, well, you knew I was wearing a shirt. Anyway, posture is so important. So I'm Team Alien, which means I'm going to spend most of this video talking about Team Alien, and I just want to kind of woo you and make sure that you join my team because we are the coolest of the bunch. Basically, the backstory for Team Alien is that me and Emily are Zolorians, which is an alien race of highly qualified, brilliant people who have kind of just mastered life. We're kind of nailing it, you know? But some unforeseen thing happens where there's going to be a cataclysmic event that will destroy our planet Zoloria, and we have to build an ark and leave our planet so that we can go find a new place to call home. So that's the catalyst of the path that we're taking, and you completing the prompts will help us succeed in that mission of finding a new place to call home. The aforementioned prompts are as follows. The first one being, and we call these kind of phases, you're going to be completing the prompts in phases, just so you know. So like, don't rush to the end. The beginning starts with the end. Read a book that features the search for a new life or travel to a new planet. Number 2 is So You're Saying There's a Chance. Read a book featuring an apocalyptic or end-of-the-world storyline. Number 3 is False Utopia. Read a dystopian or a climate crisis book. Number 4 is In the Nick of Time. Read a book that focuses on space exploration or primarily takes place aboard a spaceship. And then number 5 is Mission Complete. And this is a read a 5-star prediction. So everyone has that last one as their number 5, like the last prompt that they have to complete, but all the other prompts are pretty unique to the path that you're choosing. Even though to me the prompts sound very fun, and I think that you'd be joining the most fun, exciting team, I can totally understand if some of these aren't your jam, and there is a list of other prompts and paths for you to view, again, in the Google Doc if you want to go see what Team AI, Team Explorer, or Team Pirates are doing for theirs. Also in the Google Doc, you'll find a bunch of fun recommendations from all the creators, so if you don't know what you want to read, or if you never read sci-fi and you just have no idea where to start, there's a great opportunity to research some new books by looking into this Google Doc and seeing what they are recommending for you. I have a few ideas of my own of what I want to read for this, so I need to go grab them because I forgot them in the other room. Be right back. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that there are bonus prompts that you can fulfill as well if you want to earn your team some extra points. And those are usually non-bookish ones, or like they're bookish, but you don't have to read anything. So you should definitely take advantage of those because if anyone knows how hard it is to finish a book, it's me. So I will definitely be using those bonus prompts to get me some some of those extra points because I'm trying. I'm really trying. I really want to get back into reading. I really want to reinvigorate my love for sci-fi. I read it sometimes, mostly for work, and a lot of the submissions that I read for work are just not hitting. So I'm like, am I even a sci-fi girly anymore? Which I know I am. I just need to find some of the right ones. So speaking of what I want to be reading for this readathon, and starting with my 5-star prediction, because why not? I want to read Those Beyond the Wall by Micaiah Johnson. If you recognize this name, it's because it's from the same author who did The Space Between Worlds back in like 2020, 2021? No, 2020 I think is when that came out. This is a book set in the exact same universe, which is so exciting, but I don't think it's a multiverse story, or if it is, I don't know because I don't know anything about this book really. This one centers around basically this one character who works in kind of like a mafia-esque organization that runs the civilization outside of the walls. You're probably wondering what I mean by saying outside of the wall because I'm not explaining this very well, but essentially this is set in a post-climate crisis world where like the heat completely decimated. It didn't decimate, but like it's made it really hard to live on Earth essentially. And now people who can afford it live within these walled cities that are like climate controlled and they're very high tech, but then people who also live behind the walls, or I should say beyond the wall, they are basically left for dead. They've started their own little communities and it's very harsh living and it's run basically by crooks and criminals. The emperor who runs the city that the main character lives in is like a pretty shady dude, but she's working for him and she makes a living doing what he wants done. These deaths are happening around the city that are very mysterious and very brutal, and so the main character has been tasked with figuring out what's causing these deaths, and it's a whole adventure from there. Trail of Lightning here, which I somehow still have not read and I really need to read. So this is going to be my climate crisis book. This is about an indigenous monster hunter living in a post-climate crisis world in which monsters are terrorizing humanity and she's kicking ass and taking names. And there's a climate crisis involved. I guess she lives in really harsh conditions as well. So not fully sure how it ties in as much in this one. I just know that is how the setting works. It might work better for this one. Oh well. Look at these covers. Stunning. Also, you might say that this is basically a fantasy book, but I think it's sci-fi because of the climate crisis setting. So while yes, there are monsters, I'm going to count this as like a sci-fi fantasy, and it still fits the criteria of the prompt. For the apocalyptic or end of the world storyline prompt, I'm going to do The Deep by Nick Carter. This is a sci-fi horror that is basically surrounded around a plague, kind of like a pandemic that's happening on Earth, and people are getting this thing called the Gits. So the survival of humanity is at stake in this one, and some scientists finds out that you can get a cure for the Gits if you go deep, deep, deep sea and find something called ambrosia. But this is obviously a sci-fi horror, so these people are going down into the dark depths of the ocean and something horrific is going to happen. For the prompt about a story that features a search for new life or travel to a new planet, I'm not sure how much this counts, but I'm doing The Martian by Andy Weir. I feel like even though Mars is not a new planet, it certainly would be new to any humans because no humans have set foot on it in real life. And so this one is about an astronaut who goes to Mars, ends up getting trapped on Mars and has to survive on Mars. I know I should know more about this book given how popular it is, but I don't really know anything about this. And I guess it's kind of embarrassing that I still haven't read this yet, but I'm ready to change that in the month of May. So get into it. And finally, what I'm trying to read for the prompt that's about a book that focuses on space exploration or takes place primarily aboard a spaceship is Persephone Station by Stina Lake. I've had this on my TBR forever. I think the cover is gorgeous, which is most of the reason why I own this, admittedly, but it follows a space crime gang who is hired for a job and end up having to take down a global corporation. And it sounds pretty badass. I believe it's like an all-female cast of just like space criminals working together. And that sounds pretty freaking cool to me. So I'm excited about all of the books that I've shared with you. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, but if I am forgetting things, you are so, so, so lucky that the people who planned this readathon thought of everything and they put it in that Google Doc I mentioned, which will also be linked down below. And I also should mention that we're going to be doing sprints starting May 1st, which is tomorrow. I'm going to get this up tonight. Watch me. Starting May 1st and then throughout the month, we'll be doing sprints if you want to come read with us. And I think that's everything you need to know about Team Alien specifically, but as I said, all information can be found below in the description. Thank you to Liz, Emily, Christine, and Mo for inviting me to be on this very fun galactic journey with them, and hopefully I don't let my team down, because I am determined to be a reading girly again, and if not, you guys should join my team so that we can make sure we secure the win, because it takes a village. And I know I'm not using that in the context that it's meant, but like, you gotta tell me that I'm wrong? That's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. I'm done talking. I've missed you all. I hope that this was a decent enough video. It's not really the video I wanted to be my return to YouTube, but it fell into my lap, and who am I to deny myself the lemons that make the lemonade? I need to go. Bye!